good to be with you again as we bring you the state of the school. So just in case you haven't seen my face for a while, I'm Greg, the school principal, and this is Kelly, the assistant principal and our ECEC director.
So we just have a few things to update you all on, and one of them, and probably the most important because it keeps us going, is our enrollment. And we have been very blessed to have a super full enrollment. This year, I think, has far exceeded many of the past years, and we're full in almost every single level. I know in my department, so the 15 months, the 2-year-olds, 3-year-old, and 4-year-olds for fall, we are completely full with wait lists in those areas. And I think it's practically the same for you all, too, over K to 8.
The only grade that really has any space left would be our current 4th graders moving into 5th grade. So if any of you know any 4th graders going into 5th grade that would be interested, we do have a few spots left in that particular class, but everything else is pretty full. So the end of March, we are already full for next year, which is certainly a blessing.
It is a blessing for sure.
Yeah.
So we're excited, looking forward to that. And it's funny because we're, full force going right now and getting ready to wrap up the school year, but we're also still looking ahead. So
it's a busy time of year for principals and school leaders because we're fully into this year and actually fully into making sure we're ready for next year as well, which kind of brings us to how the PTO helps fuel the school and support the school. We had the LutheRun that we completed. And Kelly, can you tell us just a little bit about that day and what happened?
So it was a super fun day, and our students grades pre-K, so pre-K 3, pre-K 4, up through 8th grade, were able to come out to the track, and I think we all had like a 30-minute slot, and they were able to run on the track with their classmates, and it was just a great compilation of an end of the fundraising efforts, and we exceeded our goal, which I don't remember what it was, 65,000?
We had 65,000 as a goal, and we exceeded that.
That's amazing. So thank you for your support. We are very appreciative of that. And so it was a lot of fun. Mr. Sawyer and Ms. Shannon up in the front office are crazy, if you ask me, but they joined in on the running, and they ran all day long. And how many miles did you run?
I ran just close to 14 miles,
and
Shannon ran a little over 14 miles.
She's super competitive, so that's not surprising.
Right.
She probably did that on purpose. But with that money, we're going to be able to make some great purchases for next year.
We'll be able to get classroom libraries in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, so there will be just right high interest reading books in those classrooms. We have classroom libraries that we have enhanced this year in 1st grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade. So we will be rounding that out so that students will not only have access to the library in the media center that they can check out books, but these are books that can be used to help just improve and deepen our students' love of reading. And they can read them at any time because they're readily accessible.
It's always nice for kids to be able to have their hands on a book that is maybe geared more towards their own individual likings or individual levels, so we can make sure that we're meeting those kids right where they are. So that's always a blessing. So thank you for that.
And as we move into April, we have some exciting times coming up. We have our middle school trips, 6th graders that will be going to Tallahassee, and then 7th grade that will be doing Marine Lab down in the Keys, and then 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C. So that's the last week of April. So just if you want to mark on your calendar, keep us in your prayers as we travel, just for travel safety and for responsibility of the students and just all of that, because it's an exciting time, but it's also a lot of responsibility when teachers are taking students away overnight, and we are responsible for them for 72, 96 hours, depending on how long the trip is. But it's well worth it, but all the prayers for travel mercies and safety are always welcomed and certainly needed.
Which one do you get to go on?
I'm going to DC with the 8th graders.
Fun.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so we just have a fun little number game that you played with the teachers yesterday. And yesterday, Mr. Sawyer put up in his afternoon meeting just the numbers, and it showed 7, 8, 9, 8, 7. And he just kind of asked the teachers to think through, right, what that might represent. So today is the number game is 7, 8, 887. So maybe just think for a second what that could represent, and then we'll let Mr. Sawyer tell you what it means.
Okay, time's up. So at the time of filming the 78887, with a number of days left, we have 7 Mondays, 8 Tuesdays, 8 Wednesdays, 8 Thursdays, 7 Fridays left in the school year.
But who's counting?
Right. But we are feeling that. There's a lot still to do, and this year is moving quickly. And so just keep all of us in your prayers that we end the school well as we count down that 78887. Thanks for your support and your prayers, and we look forward to keeping you up to date as much as possible with what's happening at the school.
Yep. Thank you.